Hello and welcome to Aquatics by Nature. Today will be part 3 of my soft coral aquarium setup and running series. This video will basically be a continuation of the last one as I slowly continue to increase the diversity of critters and cleanup crew I'm adding to this tank. You may be asking, why am I doing this? Well, it's basically because the more diverse the cleanup crew I can establish, the more potentially stable the system should become, especially over time. I should say at this point it's essential for these critters to be able to multiply and eventually reach an equilibrium with the amount of food that's added to the system. And while it's possible and maybe necessary to top them up occasionally, this isn't ideal or something I want to do unless absolutely necessary. The whole point of a natural reef is to make everything as self-sustaining as possible, so hopefully this will work. It's also inevitable that not everything I add will survive and especially multiply successfully. Subsequently, the more different species I add, the higher the chance of finding ones which will actually thrive in this system and will be able to be maintained long term. The main function of all these little critters is to recycle absolutely every speck of food that is added to this tank, but they should also help reduce algae and keep the general maintenance of the tank down and keep it looking reasonably clean. Obviously, as this setup is still very new, there's still very little for these critters to feed off, so it's essential that I keep adding a little tiny bit of food each day, which I've been doing very religiously. Today I'll be adding some somewhat larger critters to the crew. You can hopefully see just about through the phone camera here, on the left hand side there's a little bag of amphipods, which are basically like little shrimps, but they're a little bit bigger than the normal things you put in, and I know from previous tanks they're pretty tough and normally do quite well. On the right hand side there's a whole load more little copepods, which are that much smaller, but hopefully they'll hide in all the crevices and survive and multiply, but time will tell. Hopefully over the next few weeks these and the existing species that I've already added will start to multiply and will start to actually be noticeable within the tank. Then once I've got a good population going, it'll be time to start adding some more, or some very hardy soft corals, just to kind of kick things off. Getting kind of excited now, so I can't wait. Thanks for watching. New updates coming soon.